The man in charge of the southeast only nuclear power station has told us hundreds of people will continue to work there for decades to come, despite a decision not to resume electricity generation.
The reactors at Dungeness have been part of the landscape on the Romney Marsh since the first plant opened there in the 1960s. But defects found during a routine shutdown mean the station will now enter the defuelling phase. Our reporter Kit Bradshaw has been given rare access inside.
From Dungeness A nuclear power station, great news for 1966. Free of all teething troubles, it now delivers 550 megawatts to the national grid.
Launched to great fanfare during the heyday of atomic energy, this stretch of Kent's coastline has played host to 2 generations of nuclear power station, helping meet Britain's electricity needs for more than half a century. That was until 2018, when the newer Dungeness B was disconnected for repairs. Engineers discovered a lot more problems than they were expecting, meaning this vast structure will never supply the grid again. But step inside and you soon discover there's still plenty of work to be done.
Explain what we're looking at here.
So here we're standing basically right on top of the reactors at Dungeness B power station. There's 408 channels on each reactor.
Each of those channels, stretching for 100 feet below these square caps, contains spent nuclear fuel, which will now need to be painstakingly removed.
When the 2 reactor cores in this hall were fully operational, they'd be generating enough energy to power 1 million homes. But now it's this vast fueling machine which will play the crucial role in the next stage of this station's life.
Because it's this piece of equipment which will be used to extract the fuel, a decade-long process that managers say will require the majority of the 700-strong workforce.
When you look at a nuclear plant, there's design, there's construction, there's commissioning, there's operation, then there's defueling, then deconstruction, and final dismantling. That whole process is approximately 100 years. So Dungeness B is just at the midpoint of that life cycle. So for the people here, there's 3 decades of work looking forward.
Once all the fuel is gone, Dungeness B can then enter decommissioning. A fate its older cousin Dungeness A has already faced, with its turbine hall torn down in 2015. One day, this huge building will also be levelled. The GMB union says it was shocked by the decision to move to defuelling ahead of schedule. Brandon Law started here 4 years ago as an apprentice.
Leaving school, I knew I wanted to join somewhere where I could do engineering, science-based, but I never saw myself as a nuclear engineer.
He's confident he'll be here for many years to come.
Things on site need to be maintained and new bits of plant will be needed to be introduced. So there will be a constant feed of new things that need to be installed on site, so my role won't change too much.
The local MP believes advances in reactor design means there could still be a future for atomic power in this area.
And that means investing in new production capabilities. But I think this breakthrough in technology around small modular reactors could work really well at Dungeness.
Despite the control room power gauges being permanently stuck on 0, it's clear that the specialist teams working here will be doing more than just keeping the lights on for some time yet. Kit Bradshaw, ITV News, Dungeness.